Oh, show me what it says. Oh wait, is that you're using your phone? That's right. Right. Yeah. Just kick you out. What does it say down there? Oh wait. More than likely. All right then. Good looks though. No, I guess you got to do it with a computer. Well, let's just start like this because D won't be able to collab. I guess you need a laptop. You can't do it off a phone. Well, Happy Money Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Pressure Podcast, live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your boy, King Cole.
LeBron.
And we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to recap the weekend, week 5 of the NFL. We're going to recap on some opinions, ask some questions, and we have a random top 5 he's going to ask me. I have to guess, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And for those of you who are brand new to our studio, to our podcast, this is the only sports podcast where the viewer gets say. So if you want, just drop a name, and I can drop a link if you have a webcam. My cousin just tried on the iPhone, but I guess that's not possible. So moving on to the first game, which was Kansas City and Derek Carr and the Saints, which just ended just a few minutes ago. What we learned for today, it's the press. The press is our personal newspaper. What we learned is that Derek Carr cannot compete with the elites, and that the Chiefs defense can carry Pat Mahomes. What do you think about that, my G?
He can compete with the elites. He just ain't gonna beat the elites because the problem with them is they're a running team. They use their running back. Their running back is their most crucial part of their game. So if they can't run the ball, like I just wrote here, they rushed for 11 times. They got 26 yards. And that's after the fact that the cleanup guy came in, the quarterback towards the end, and he got about 11 yards. So adding that, it's really nothing. They didn't get to do anything on the ground, so it was throw the ball.
I mean, they didn't get to do much. This was mostly a defensive style game, but
and then the other thing was the time of possession.
Yeah.
The time of possession was KC 38 minutes, and New Orleans had the ball only for 20.
Yep. I'm looking at the stats right now. Derek Carr only had 165 yards and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, and he threw an interception.
And then Mahomes had 331 yards with no touchdowns, and he threw an interception. He's still Mahomes yardage-wise, but he just touchdown to interceptions.
Not too many penalties. That was clean there. I just felt like the rush defense, which ranks, what does it rank here? Let me see. I have it right here. 7th in all the league at stopping the run.
Yep.
That's where KC gets it done. They stop your run game and they make you throw the ball, and then they have the secondary good enough. I wouldn't say they're a great secondary, but they're good enough to get the job done.
They are. But until Mahomes gets back to Mahomes, it looks like the defense is going to have to carry them. But they're 5-0, so it looks like they can.
That's what he said. Complimentary football. That's what
absolutely.
That's absolutely
Welcome
what that
our
was.
viewer. If that's you, cuz we were just speaking about the Kansas City Saints game that just finished right now. And the headlines for this game read that Derek Carr can't compete with the elites. He can put up points, but against the elite quarterbacks, he ain't going to beat them in the playoffs. And the Chiefs defense can carry Mahomes because Mahomes is not carrying them offensively this year. It looks
Absolutely
like
not.
It's going to be a team effort on offense and a team effort on defense. But that's how it is. Some teams are like that.
Mahomes has 904 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. That's pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio, and an 89.7 passer rating. So
that is not Mahomes whatsoever.
That's crazy because if you compare it to Derek Carr's 6-3, he's 6 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, 824 yards. And his passer rating is 103.9.
All right. So let's move on to the London game, shall we? The New York joke. New York is a joke right now. The New York Trash are a joke, and the Vikes, LOL, that joke. That's the headlines for that game. Aaron Rodgers, for the first time in his career, had 2 INTs in the first quarter. Never happened before. He had 3 overall. And Darnold is 2-0 versus his former team, the New York Trash. One with the Carolina Panthers and then one now with the Vikings. So he's gotten paid back. And then now also that the Vikings are laughing out loud because finally they got to Aaron Rodgers. How many years he tortured them, now they finally get to get him. What do you take from this game? Is age the reason that Aaron Rodgers is like this, or is it because of something else?
Breece Hall. Breece Hall ain't do nothing in this game. Like, he couldn't run the ball. Like, if you can't, it goes back to what we just saw. Like with KC and the Saints. If you can't run the ball, you're just one dimensional. And once you become one dimensional, and you can't throw the ball because that's such a good defense on both sides. deep, whether it be running the ball, whether it be passing the ball. They're legit.
Okay.
It's a legit defense.
I could excuse this game, but what about the last games and the last games after that? Why aren't they scoring?
I mean, that's a team problem to me. I think it's a coaching problem, and I think it's also an offensive line problem. I think his cadences aren't resonating with the offensive line. So when he does that little thing where he's trying to get that
Free play.
he can't do that no more because he doesn't have the same offensive line.
I agree. For those who disagree, here's the numbers right here for you. Zach Wilson averaged 18.6 points per game. He averaged 11 first downs a game, 283 total yards a game,
Take it down.
and a 2-3 record. Aaron Rodgers, the exact same, 18.6 points per game, except they average 18 first downs a game, but 286 yards total and a 2-3 record. So for those who are saying Aaron Rodgers is looking old, no, that's just the New York trash. That's just what they are, trash. Okay.
Goddamn white boy.
Aaron Rodgers can't do it no more. It's not that. It's just that he plays for a bad team. Okay?
Goddamn white boy.
The reason why Sam Darnold looks good right now is because he's not on a bad team.
Goddamn white boy.
And there's nothing you can say about it. Zach Wilson looked just like Aaron Rodgers just last year in the first 5 games.
Goddamn
And if
white
I'm not
boy.
mistaken, I don't even think he threw a touchdown in that game.
Not at all.
Goddamn white boy.
Darnold.
So at the end of the day, I think it's mostly because of the New York trash being the trash, and it's not so much to do with Aaron Rodgers. That's just my take on it. So let's move on to the next game. What's the headline reads on that one? Buffalo is fake and Houston's real. Okay. Can you believe Josh Allen went 9 for 30 for 131 yards and 1 touchdown? 131 yards. I know Houston's defense is good, but come on, bro. That's 2 weeks in a row now. You're going to have to do something. Meanwhile, C.J. Stroud, 28 for 38 for 331 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and a fumble. Now, C.J. Stroud, you were slipped. You were slipped because you gave up a possibility for them to beat you in your own house. You gave up an interception and you gave up a fumble that was stupid. You should have never fumbled that. So my question is CJ better than Josh Allen?
Is CJ better than Josh Allen? No.
Because I believe in the QFL, and I believe the better quarterback might have just won yesterday.
But not yet. Nah, I think he's on the cusp, but no. I can't.
Now,
do
granted,
that. I can't put him there. Not yet.
They don't have Joe Mixon right now, and also they lost Nico Collins like at the beginning of the third quarter. So
That is true.
I could see that. Definitely.
If you told me like his progression, it's been faster than Josh Allen. Yes, I will say that. But I think Josh Allen right now he's on a different level right now. Maybe not these last 2 games, but earlier in the season, he looked like he was on a different level.
He did, but in the playoffs, C.J. Stroud looks pretty good too, except the game against the Ravens, but that was the Ravens defense.
Now, I agree, but I just think it's too early. Just a little too early to be saying,
I don't, because I believe in the QFL. I believe it is the QFL, and only the better quarterback and coach combo is going to win, and I think that was Houston yesterday. I think it's time to put this guy on that board right here. I think C.J. Stroud belongs as a made man. He did win a playoff game already. He's turned the franchise around for the Houston Texans. I actually believe that that Josh Allen is missing a lot of fucking weapons. But the thing is, every time he kept getting a turnover, he didn't do nothing with it.
Why y'all do nothing with the fat bitch jumped on me? Y'all trip.
Okay, so
Facts.
let's go for the next game after that. What does the headline read? Flacco is him, Sunshine ain't. Flacco had 359 yards, went 33 of 44 with fucking 3 touchdowns, no interception, led a comeback. Tied the game in all, okay? And what did Terrell Lawrence did? Terrell Lawrence was his birthday, so happy birthday, Terrell Lawrence. He was 28 for 34 for 371 yards, 2 TDs, but he had a turnover. He had a very, very ugly turnover, which actually I just don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it because it literally took the birthday blessings out of the way and let Joe Flacco fucking, come back and tie the game.
Talk that sass, nigga. Talk that sass.
Coming into this game, I said his new nickname is Terror Lawrence, not Trevor Lawrence. Terror Trevor Lawrence, because he's a nightmare.
He got carried.
He finally got one game in his belt, but I think he got lucky because that fucking interception should have been the end of the game. But Flacco got sacked.
He got carried.
So
In that game, throughout that game, he had one good throw against Brian Thomas. That's
Yes.
the only thing I can really think of that really like.
So who do you trust from this point on? Do you trust more Joe Flacco or do you trust more Sunshine just for this year alone? Obviously, Sunshine is a young franchise quarterback. Joe Flacco is an
I plead the fifth on that one. I don't know.
I think I trust Joe Flacco right now just because I seen Joe Flacco tear it up last year, the year before, and I saw him tear it up in the Super Bowl. Okay, until Sunshine Lawrence shows me otherwise, I'm not going to trust him.
That nigga way too old for me. Sorry, Flacco.
He is way too old, but he's still balling. The man is still balling. He's outproducing some of these motherfucking
I get what you're saying, but Jaguars ain't shit.
I bet you Josh Allen ain't gonna. I mean, I bet you Joe Flacco ain't gonna have 9 for 30 for 131 yards against the Houston
Jaguars
Texans.
suck.
Okay.
The Jaguars suck. They're just they're bad. They're a bad team right now in all facets.
Well, that's it for that. So let's go for the next game, which is the San Francisco and Arizona game. Let's see what the headlines read. Arizona wins ugly. Niners lose fugly. The Niners were lucky. They were lucky because it could have gotten worse. But the only reason that I say that the Cardinals were lucky was because despite having a backup
No, the Cardinals.
kicker,
You said, you meant the Cardinals were lucky.
Lucky.
Okay, I thought you said 49ers.
despite having a backup kicker, okay, a backup kicker, they managed to fucking score 14 unanswered points in the fucking fourth quarter on the San Francisco fucking Niners. And the reason that the Niners lost fugly is because they also had a backup kicker. But they had 3 crucial turnovers at the end of the game, which led to blowing a 13-point lead at home. So that's on Shanahan. That's on Brock Purdy. And the question about this was what's wrong with San Francisco?
I have no idea what's wrong with San Francisco. I'm guessing CMC really means that much to them. But I also think, yeah, CMC don't make that fumble. So I guess you would say pretty much that game's over if he just hangs on to the ball. Pretty much that's all he had to do was hang on to the ball. I mean, they was taking care of business even though they went unanswered. And I feel like, shit like that happens in the NFL. You can't fumble that ball in that situation. I feel like that was the main reason why they lost that game. I don't really have anything with the stats. I thought Purdy played good. I thought on the other side, the Kyler Murray played good. For some reason, I just go back to that. The thing that keeps going in my head is that fumble.
Well, I don't know why, because you put Brandon Ayuk on the pressure. There's got to be more than that you remember out that game.
I mean, well, that too, but I mean, he showed out. I'm glad he showed out. That's what he's supposed to do. But you can't show out and lose the game. Like it doesn't. Like, yeah, we'll say yeah, you had, the yards you had and the catches you made, but at the end of the day, y'all lost the game. And the only thing that I go back to is that fumble. That was devastating.
They did lose fugly. But the thing is, though, I don't see their O-line the same way as last year. I don't see their defense looking the same as last year.
Nah, their defense does look like it has a couple holes in it. I would say the secondary mostly.
And the Niners, I don't know. I can't remember what the Niners looked like before they got CMC.
Warner's still Warner.
But I don't
But
remember
everybody else
like
in that
this.
team doesn't look like. It doesn't. Something's not right.
Yep.
Because Debo, I didn't really see him make anything. Did you see him? Like, we watched the highlights last night. I didn't see anything that I was like, okay, Debo's back. Now they're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna use him as like maybe do a run, like a running back play so he can try to get himself going. Nothing. Like, I didn't see none of that. The only person I saw going off was Ayuk. The running back, 88 yards he had the whole game and a fumble.
Arizona.
That's all I remember.
And Arizona fans, don't get too confident because the only reason you fucking won this game is because of
They're not a kicker.
They didn't have a kicker.
Be cool, nigga.
So before you start talking shit and thinking that Kyler Murray is not Call of Duty Murray anymore, you need to stop that.
Be cool, nigga.
For the Niners who think that they could go back to the Super Bowl,
Be cool, nigga.
because at the end of the day, you guys are struggling right now. You just lost a home game to a division game. This was not a must-win, but this is you better win the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's on you. You guys just lost one on the division, lost one at home, and you got Kyler Murray.
Be cool, nigga.
All right. So let's move on to the next highlight. So this is going to be the rookies, basically. We're not going to cover their teams, just the rookies that we spoke about last week. What did the headlines read? Caleb is here. That dude went off on the fucking on the Panthers, but we did say he was going to come into a easier fucking game. He had 20 or 29, so it was very efficient with a 126.2 QB rating, highest over the years. Just keeps climbing. He had 304 yards, bro, passing, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So that's impressive. But Jaden Daniels been here. Jaden Daniels been here.
Before we talk about Jaden Daniels, though, let me go back to what you said about Caleb Williams, because yeah, that was good, but it's misleading as well. The Panthers' defense points against per game is 32nd overall, like meaning they're the worst in the league. Their total yards against are 28th. Their average giving up is 226 per game. Rushing yards against per game, 27th in the league with an average of 144 yards. 29th in sacks, so they don't sack nobody. And they don't get no fucking interceptions either. So, yes, he did have a good performance, and I thought it was a good smack in the face. Do exactly what you were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You did exactly what you were supposed to do.
But we kind of called that, though. We said that they were going to have an easier opponent at home.
I played them in my fantasy for that reason, because I knew coming in that the Panthers were probably the worst team in the league.
And Jaden Daniels was going to have a tougher opponent at home, and they both ended up in a very similar scoring blowout.
And in fact, if I'm the Panthers, I would just get the first overall pick and go get Jalen Milroe, because whoever y'all got, the culture in the locker room, everything, it's bad. It's really bad.
Caleb showed up.
Give me a hell yeah.
But so did Jaden
Give
Daniels.
me a hell yeah.
14 of 25. He only had an 85.1 QB rating, which is not bad, actually. It's actually pretty average. 238 yards with a touchdown and interception, but this is expected against the Cleveland Browns. Did you know?
That was a great.
Give me a hell yeah.
That wasn't like he threw it straight to him. That was just a good reaction by the corner.
Did you know that the only other quarterback to score 17 or more points on the Cleveland defense was Jaden Daniels? He scored 19.
Yeah, I know. I put it in my.
In fantasy football, no quarterback has scored more than 17 points since 2023 on the Cleveland Browns defense, and Jaden Daniels did it. And I even said, Caleb Williams' numbers might look better just because he had a weaker team to play, but something tells me even in a tougher game, Jaden Daniels is going to outperform Caleb Williams, and I think he did, because he did something that only one other person did.
You can't really pass on that team either.
You know what I'm saying?
So
He's the only one to score more than 17
238
points
yards is pretty impressive.
since 2023. So, Jaden
Give me
Daniels,
a hell yeah.
who do you think finishes the season better, Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams?
Jaden, because of what you said last week about his O-line, I think when he faces tougher competition, it's gonna be tougher for him to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Faces Lamar
it looked good. I'm not talking about Jaden. I'm talking about Caleb. I think Jaden will meet every expectation. I don't think Caleb will, just because of what you said, the offensive line being really bad and them having to face tougher competition. When they face that tougher competition, like for instance, a Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson's gonna eat that line alive, and he's gonna hate that. And Caleb Williams, I don't care how good he's gonna be playing. When he has to play games like that, his numbers are gonna be bad. I won't say bad. I'll say pedestrian.
Well, enough of the rookies. Let's get to the MVP.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Remember how I just mentioned that Jaden Daniels is the only other quarterback to score over 17 on the Cleveland Browns since 2023, fantasy-wise? The other quarterback was none other than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Some quarterback that can't throw the football just outperformed Joe Cool in his final form
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
at home.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
You guys need to stop with this shit. Lamar Jackson was 26 of 42, 348 with a fucking 4 touchdowns and 1 fumble that almost cost us the game. But Joe Burrow, 30 to 39, 392, 5 touchdowns and an interception that did cost him the game. There's no way around it. Those two are MVPs. They were playing like MVPs last night. So we went from rookies to MVPs. What do you make out of this game?
My hat goes off to Lamar Jackson because Joe Burrow was, like you said, he was on fire. He was making every throw. He wasn't really missing. And but I have to give an honorable mention to somebody because I don't feel like he got enough respect for this. Marlon Humphrey's an all-pro cornerback, and if it's not for him, more than likely they lose that game.
Oh yeah.
More than likely they lose that game. So, because when we talking about Joe was going right down the field, he was going right down the field. He was picking every part, everything he wanted apart. He looked like he had tunnel vision the way he was going. And Marlon Humphrey was like, hold on, bro. You're not just about to just do this shit. And he snatches one out of the motherfucking nigga. He snatches one out of his fucking heart, basically. He did the Indiana Jones where he went like that. He just like, yeah, bro. Shout out Joe Burrow though. He was amazing. And shout out Jamar Chase. Oh my goodness. 10 receptions, 193 yards, and 2 TDs.
Yes.
And Higgins.
Now the funny thing is, all morning, all I heard in the sports talk is
But
that
the best throw of the game, to me, man, Lamar getting away from one of the better pass rushers in Henderson, and then being able to throw that pass, just man, the guy, he never ceases to amaze me, and he always doing something that just it's called for. Like it seems like in the biggest moments, that's when Lamar performs the most. So y'all need to stop with this shit about he's inaccurate, he's not the best thrower. Who cares? When he needs to get it done, he gets it done. It's that simple. Yes, he loses to Mahomes, but that's it. He don't lose to anybody else. He has winning records against every single quarterback that you guys name.
if you ain't Pat Mahomes,
And he's and in the NFC, he's whooping. Oh, you got to play for the NFC.
if you ain't Pat Mahomes, you can't talk shit. You got the accolades, you ain't got the awards, you ain't got the wins, you ain't got the record, you ain't got shit. You ain't got shit. But all I heard all weekend, morning long.
Shout out the Ravens. The Ravens are a problem, and they will be a problem all year.
But all I heard all morning long was that they were focusing on how bad the defenses look, but they completely didn't even look at what Joe Cool or Burrow did, and Lamar Jackson. And for those who don't know, if you look at the scoreboard, you will see the first 3 quarters was a very low-paced scoring game. All of a sudden, like fucking Bitcoin, that shit just, you know what I'm saying, a crypto coin fucking to the moon. The fourth quarter, these motherfuckers scored 20 and 17 in the fourth quarter alone, each team.
Hey,
Sometimes the quarterbacks just catch
it's
fire.
gonna be better. The quarterback's just gonna be better, and if it's somebody like Joe Burrow, you expect that, because that's why they get paid big bucks.
Yes.
To be able to be able to go through that against a really good team, a really good defense,
And Nick Wright,
and just carve them up.
Nick Wright had some nerve. He said when we faced the Bengals, we only allowed 20-something points. And I'm like, dude, if you look at the scoreboard again, until the fourth quarter explosion, this is exactly what it was on pace to do. It was another one of those games. They're not gonna not score 20. We're not gonna not score 20. I never said it was gonna be a 15 or 17 game. I said expect points last week. I just didn't expect all this.
You guys are both top offenses. The problem with the Bengals is their defense. If the Bengals defense was as good as you guys, possibly they're at least 2-3 or something like that.
Yep.
They get one stop against Jaden Daniels, maybe.
Yeah, it's a juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, they give up 40 and then they give up 40 again. It's like, you can't keep giving up points like this. This is insane.
Now the Bengals, yes, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You need to watch out for the defenses, but who the last 3 quarterbacks they played? Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson.
Point well taken.
You can't really, there's
Point
not
well
much you can
taken.
do about that. Okay?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
let's move on to our favorite people to laugh at, okay? Oh, hold on. It is the Dallas gets a pass and the Steelers get no pass. The reason I say that is because Dallas passed for 336 yards yesterday. But they turned the ball over 3 times in the red zone. They still managed to win the game, so they get a pass. But the Steelers get no pass. You know why they get no pass? Because
Screw you! you're fired.
They did exactly what Josh Allen did by himself. 134 passing yards total. They had 3 turnovers and only managed to get 3 points out of it. Okay?
Crazy thing is
3
that-
points out of turnovers. At home, what is needed between these two teams right now? Because these coaches
Screw you, you're fired.
are not doing
Well,
it.
even though I'm about to throw up when I say this, I'm gonna say great win by the Dallas Cowboys because for some reason they managed to have total of 45 total yards passing. I mean, not passing, just total yards period. And then on top of that, it was a really sloppy game. But my thing is, don't the Pittsburgh Steelers usually win games like this when it's neat, when it's
At home?
gritty?
Yes.
Like exactly, that's what I'm saying. When it's at home, gritty like this, so you almost expected them to finish this game, and you gotta give respect to Dak, man. When you make the play, he made the play. Yes, he turned the ball over, but he made the play at the end. So good win, man. I think Dallas is on the up after this. This is definitely gonna help their confidence as far as beating a team that with so much tradition and in their house. It's a big win. It's a big win.
Well, I don't expect the Steelers to score much, but they are built like the Ravens in the AFC North, basically, except for the Bengals. They're built to run the football and play defense.
Except for having that quarterback.
So-
They don't have a quarterback. That's the problem.
I think the problem is the quarterback. They need to get more fire friendly, and for the Cowboys, I think they finally found somewhat of a running game, but the passing game it's elite except in the red zone. They're one of the worst red zone teams in the league, but they are great on offense. They're one of the top 10 offenses in the league, except the fact that they don't fucking.
But a lot of that should just be like, if you're running the ball well, which they were last night, was when they started doing the spider to our banana. They started doing that, and that clearly was helping them, get Ferguson open. They got Shoemaker open a couple times. So, just that's why I say the run game is so crucial. This is why the run game is so crucial, because if you have a run game, now you guess what? You can run an RPO. You can run shotgun, play action. You can run play action from the middle. There's so many things that you can do when you're able to run the ball. People, they crowd the box, and then guess what? You get to go deep, and then you have the player to do it in CeeDee Lamb. So hats off to them, man.
I agree.
They found a way to run the ball against Pittsburgh, which is a really good defense. I can't do nothing but respect that.
What the Cowboys need is another weapon in the end zone. It don't have to be Devontae Adams, but they need another weapon in the end zone because their red zone turnovers are. I mean, they got one of the best. Actually, no, they got right now what should be the best kicker in the league because he's a
Shout out Rico Dowdle though.
Yeah,
Man, what a game!
but
What
they
a game.
cannot leave the red zone without at least some field goals from their fucking very super accurate kicker. So I don't know what's going on with these guys, but better turn it around very soon because fans are starting to boo. All right, man. So let's go to another hot topic right now. It's a topic that we were discussing behind the scenes is players' podcast distractions. What it means is my friend here thinks that some players like Darius Slay and a few others like Micah Parsons, who are active broadcasters in their own podcast, they are not playing to their potential right now or their usual, and he thinks it's a direct correlation because of their podcast. They're just not focused. I think he believes that the podcast is a distraction to some of these players. I completely disagree. Maybe to some, but not to all.
I believe not so much that it's a distraction if you're winning, but when you're losing, why I say that is that I feel like the main thing should be, you know what I'm saying, how do we get the team better, instead of going on a podcast talking about another team and what they're doing. Your focus isn't on that if you're talking about another team and other players and bringing up other people's stats. Talk about your stats. How about you? You got 1 sack in the season.
Yeah, but it's not fair to let the people who win do it and the people who lose do it when you have to win and lose all the time.
I mean, we already said we agree to disagree on that. We're gonna ask. I'll put it in. Well, not the chat. We're gonna ask the chat or whoever's listening live.
But let's get to it. This is why we saved it for it. Let's disagree to disagree. No. I want to hear what you have to say about that. You cannot give it to the people who win only and the people who lose not, because nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody's going to win the entire season.
I understand that, but if you have one sack on the season, don't you think your focus should be on finding a way to go talk to your coach, or pay attention to that instead of having these distractions? In the meantime, I'm not saying when you're not. I'm saying, but when it's not going well, don't you think it's a good idea to just be like, hey, maybe I should, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my podcast, I'm gonna move it next week. I want to focus more on. I feel like that to me shows how much you care about.
But what if they do their homework and still have enough time to do the podcast? Then what?
I can't see it like that though, because again, like I said, I feel like that's a distraction. It's just the main thing right now is that. But Debo, what do you think? What you think? You think having a podcast is a distraction or no? It's on you.
I think it is on some players, and I think it ain't on others. I think there's some people who can do it, and some people who don't. But he thinks that you can only do it if you're winning. And I'm like, there's no team that's ever going to go perfect, so you're going to win and lose sometimes, so that's not fair for those who lose. And then number two is some players have proven to be able to do good and do podcasts, so there's no way that could be the direct correlation.
I mean, you win. I mean, you're winning. I don't mean like them winning or them losing. I mean, are you winning? Are you making good plays?
TJ Watt don't get a sack every game.
I'm not saying he get a sack every game, but he gets sacks.
Yeah, but
where's his? This guy has one sack on the season.
But Max Crosby gets sacks and he has a podcast.
Huh?
Max Crosby gets sacks and he has a podcast.
Yeah, but he's doing stuff.
Yeah, some people can do it and some people can't. So what you're trying to say is that maybe
you're saying that Micah can't.
Maybe. But I'm telling you that some players are gonna get distracted because I've seen others produce it. I've seen way too many produce. Draymond Green's another one. He produces when he's on it. There's some people who can and some people who can't. Just like Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle. Some people could go out and party all the time, like Wilt Chamberlain, drink champagne, but when they come to work, they're there. No matter if they're hungover or not, they're still gonna show up. Some people can't do that. Not everybody is one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? No, not everybody is fucking Darryl Strawberry and Michael Jordan. Could go gambling all night and then go score 50 on you the next morning. Nah. But if he can do it, let him do it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if he's not doing it and you're not seeing him perform well, you don't think it's a good idea to be like, hey, bro, put that down for a second. Maybe.
It depends on the player. I don't know if that's the reason why Micah Parsons is struggling. The whole team is struggling.
I just feel like his focus that's not the main thing right now. So if I was to focus on just that instead of
because he has a podcast, you think his focus is not right?
I'm saying it could be. I'm not saying exactly like that's, but from what I've seen, I just feel like it's a distraction. You put it in the back burner for later.
All right, Debo. So let's catch you up on what we were talking about. So we went to the press.
Oh yeah. That's what he said, Debo. He's saying that some players can do it, some players can't, and maybe I don't know. Maybe it isn't that, but Darius Slay for some reason not playing good at all either. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a distraction. That's all.
All right, let's catch up, Debo, with everything. So Debo, first and foremost, the headline read that New York is a joke. You know that, and the Vikes, LOL. The reason why I say that is because Aaron Rodgers, for the first time in his career, believe it or not, he had 2 picks in the first quarter. It never happened before in his career. Only with the New York Trash. 3 overall. And the reason why the Vikings are LOL for 2 reasons. Darnold is now 2-0 versus the New York Trash. And then the Vikings finally got back to Aaron Rodgers after all those years he tortured him.
Man, don't talk to Debo about this. Mister, I'm picking the Jets.
LOL.
You forgot you picked the Jets? Did you forget you picked the Jets?
And then all I've heard this morning, Debo, was that Aaron Rodgers is looking too old. That his best years are behind him. And I'm thinking, no, it's not. It's not because of that. It's because it is the QFL, Debo. Rodgers, you put Rodgers in the fucking Minnesota Vikings, see what he did. 40 on you, real quick.
Goodness, straight.
All right.
Jeez.
So
no, please.
This is a real stat right here, Debo. Look at this shit. Last year under Zach Wilson, they averaged 18.6 points per game, 11 first downs, 283 yards, and a 2-3 record through 5 weeks. Now look at Aaron Rodgers, 18.6 points a game. He has more first downs, but 286 yards, just 3 more yards a game, and a 2-3 record.
And he wants to bring the Jet. He wants to bring Adams to the Jets. You crazy?
Like I said
That's
before,
not gonna make
like I
them
said
better.
again,
Stop that sass, nigga.
the New York Trash are not a real football team. They're just there to be there. That's another reason why I just don't blame Aaron Rodgers. It's not on him. All right, let's move to the next game, Debo. Buffalo's fake. Houston is real. Josh Allen, 9 for 30 with 130 fucking 1 yards and a touchdown, bro. That ain't shit. And he got a fucking interception and a fucking fumble from C.J. Stroud, and he couldn't even get more than just a field goal. Stroud went 28 for 38 with 331 yards, a touchdown, an interception, and a fumble, one of each. So the question was, is C.J. Stroud better? I think the QFL is the QFL, and last night showed that the best QB coach combo is now looking like Houston over Buffalo. He disagrees. He doesn't disagree. He says it's too early. What do you think?
I think in the future I definitely will put him up there because, man, when I see him play, it's so natural the way he plays quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think it's Devontae Adams is enough to fix that fucking problem.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Yes. So this is the next headline. Flacco is him. Sunshine ain't. 39-year-old, fucking 33 for 44 for 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, and he led a fucking comeback in the fourth quarter, bro. This motherfucker tied the game. You know what Trevor Lawrence did? It was his birthday yesterday. He went ham. He went 28 for 34, which is super accurate. 371 for 2 touchdowns, but he had to pick that cost him the tie of the game. They fucking tied the game because of his pick. So he had a perfect game, and then someone blew out his own candles, and then, you know what I'm saying, he fucked it all up. But he ended up winning. But the question on that one was, who do you trust more going for this year, Joe Flacco or Sunshine Lawrence? I think I'm going with Joe Flacco. Fuck that shit. He says he's too old. He's too old. But that old man got the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. Look how the Cleveland Browns are playing now.
He said neither one of them balled out.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
You're right.
They didn't. They didn't. So then, what was the next one?
But those are top defenses, though, Debo. So
the headlines read, Arizona wins ugly, Niners lose fugly. The fucking San Francisco 49ers are fucking, they're fuck-ups right now. Cardinal people are fucking pounding their chest. I see them all over fucking Bleacher Report. They're over there talking because I don't know how these guys were down
Debo,
13 points.
Debo, but he still balled though.
And all of a sudden, the fucking Niners want to turn the ball over 3 fucking times, which led to 14 unanswered points, and both of them played with backup kickers because their main kickers got hurt. So the fucking Cardinals got lucky. The Niners are stupid because they just lost the division game.
The Jaguars won. My bad. Jaguars won, Debo.
Yeah, the Jaguars won. The Niners just lost the division game at home to fucking Kyler Murray. A 13-point lead, they couldn't hold on. It's just crazy, and they fucking fumbled at the goal line. All right, so let's go with the fucking rookies. Caleb is here, Debo. Caleb is here. Caleb, that's 2 weeks in a row. Looks like the game is fucking starting to just click to him. He's 20 for 29, 304 with 2 touchdowns, 0 interception, a 126.2 QB rating. Sounds like fucking Jaden Daniels out here. Jaden Daniels went kind of ham too, though. He's been here, Debo. He fucking 17 for 25, which is still efficient. He had 85.1 QB rating because he faced the fucking the Cleveland Browns defense, and 238 with a touchdown and 1 interception in the end zone, which is a bad. You don't want to turn the ball over in the end zone, but 1 is okay. Against a tough defense, I give him a pass because let me tell you something, Debo. Did you know that only 1 other quarterback since 2003 started has scored over 17 points in fantasy against the Cleveland defense? Only 1 other quarterback's done it. Jaden Daniels just did it. He scored 19. So I still think he balled out. And guess who that other quarterback is, Debo? Take a wild guess who the only other quarterback is. None other than fucking Lamar Jackson. Lamar in MVP mode wins. Burrow in MVP mode loses. Some guy with who can't throw, Debo. Some guy who can't throw outdueled Joe Cool in his final form in his house and came out with a W. Because, Joe Burrow's 30 or 39, fucking 400 yards, basically 5 touchdowns, and an ugly pick at the end. But when you throw in that many times to a tough defense, You're gonna fuck up sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. And then you're gonna laugh at this,
At least he
Debo.
threw it to all pro.
Dallas gets a pass and Steelers get no pass because the Steelers can't pass for shit. They total as a team 134 passing yards. Fucking, that's what Josh Allen did against the Houston Texans, basically. A whole team did what Josh Allen did by himself. They can't pass. They can't pass. And the funny thing is that you saw the game. The fucking Cowboys turned the ball over 3 times in the red zone, bro. And all the fucking Steelers got to show for it was 3 points. Nah, they need to fire that offensive coordinator for the fucking Steelers. He was the coach of the fucking Falcons, Debo. The Falcons from last year and the year before and the year before, Arthur, whatever his name is. That's the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. And I'm like, yo, he's the reason Kyle Pitts has been missing. He's the reason Drake London's numbers been puny. He's the reason that no quarterback wants to go over there because he's ass. And that's why the fucking Steelers are ass. It's not because of fucking Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. They're not going to look any better with that offensive coordinator. They got to fire his ass. And then the Cowboys got to do something because, bro, they had 336 passing yards. And then Donald had a good game rushing. And they got 3 turnovers in the fucking red zone, bro.
Yeah, but that's...
Come on, Dallas.
Gotta be offense.
You got the most accurate kicker in the league right now, and you're not even allow him to get something because you want to turn the ball over. Dallas, you're stupid. You deserve to fucking lose, but it is how it is.
You got away with it.
Yep. And then the last headline is that Derek Carr cannot complete with the elites, but the Chiefs' defense is scary, and they can carry the fucking Mahomes-led offense that's not scoring very much points, man, right now. Yep. That's the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. I'm like, why they hire him? Why don't they hire some other guys? There's a thing. There's that country club shit that they talk about, the racist boys. That all they do is hire white coaches or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though they suck.
But them niggas still suck, bro. I don't know. Well, not London, but I still don't believe in Pitts. You gonna have to show me more than that. The Bucks is
I'm gonna look it
ass.
up, but I think Pitts showed me more in 5 weeks already than he's done in 3 years over there that I've seen.
Yeah, that is true. Right now.
Travis Swift had
But I was. Oh, you talking?
he had 9 catches for 70 yards with no touchdown, and he had a nice little lateral that ended up giving him more yardage. So he did kind of show up, but it wasn't enough for me to fucking lose. I won. Yes. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, he did.
And then that's when we ended up talking about the podcast distracts players. So now you supposed to have a top 5 for me? A random top 5, I gotta guess. Debo, every other day when we do a podcast, we're gonna just pop up a random top 5. Last time it was the X-Men.
Yeah, but before we do that, I gotta shout something out real quick, if that's cool.
Oh man, all right.
I just wanted to shout out the Broncos defense, cause I didn't know they was third in giving up points, 13.5. Total yards against second with 256 yards. Passing yards against third with 146 yards. And the rushing yards against 12th with 110 yards. First in sacks and 17th in interceptions. They're basically like top 5. You pretty much say like top 5.
It's not bad.
As far as their average. But what I wanted to say that because last year, if I'm not mistaken, did Denver not give that crazy ass point differential to Miami the first game? So it just shows that you can improve your defense in less than a year. Eagles, just wanted to say that. But yeah, you can go ahead.
So Debo has top number 1 NBA draft pick since 2002. LeBron is obvious.
Carmelo.
No, Carmelo wasn't the number 1.
Oh wait, no.
He's at
Number
number
one.
one since 2002.
Since 2002. Okay, my bad.
I would say LeBron. I would say
Zion.
nah, not behind LeBron.
No, but I'm saying Zion.
Pause.
I'm putting Zion in there though, cause that's after two. It says
After
Since
2002.
since
After
2002.
I have a
So-
few, but I'm trying to put them in the right rankings.
Oh, you
LeBron's
trying?
obviously number one.
That's crazy.
Because he says top number one. So yeah, it's got to be top 5.
Oh, so top 5 number ones in the last
Yeah.
2 times. Okay, damn, that's tough.
So I would say definitely LeBron. I would then have to put.
I'm gonna let you figure this one out.
This is a tough one, bro, because none of them exactly like separate each other from the rest like that. That's crazy. Because D'Angelo Russell wasn't shit. Who got drafted ahead of Jason Tatum that draft? Who was number 1? Markelle Fultz. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, he said no particular order. There you go. So Zion,
so then Zion.
Wemby.
Yeah, I think it's LeBron, Dwight, AD, Wemby. I can't put Yao in there. I love Yao, but I can't put that in there. Lonzo and Fultz.
Them two? Those are the last two? Okay, man. I'm with
Yeah.
it. I'm with it.
So what's your top 5 that I have to guess?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Top 5 best actors in film history.
Top 5 best actors in film history that's voted by people. All right. So I'm gonna guess definitely Marlon Brando's in there.
No.
No? Are any of those names before 1970?
Before 1970?
Yeah. Actors from like the old Hollywood
Hold
days.
on. Let me go to my research.
Because I'm gonna name some names that you might not be on that list.
Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
you naming before that? Or before that?
I'm naming overall because I'm gonna put De Niro very soon.
Nah, De Niro's not in there either.
Damn, they hating. That's crazy. What kind of list is this?
You want me to tell you?
Nah. I'm gonna try
Okay,
to guess
hold
this
on,
shit.
hold on.
Fuck that. All right, so Johnny Depp is not in there.
Nope.
Brad Pitt is not in there.
Nope.
Will Smith is probably in there.
Nope.
Unbelievable. Denzel Washington.
Yep.
All right.
That's one.
Denzel's in there. All right, I got one. No Al Pacino.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Leo DiCaprio.
No, I surprisingly no. That was insane. This is a good one. That was a good one.
Nah, not George Clooney. There's no way. That's no way.
He said George Clooney. I did it. Hold on. Okay, I give you a hint.
All right, any of these comedians.
Yes.
All right, Jim Carrey,
No.
Adam Sandler,
No.
comedians. Steve Harvey,
Nah.
Jamie
hell.
Foxx,
Nah, he's not in there. Yeah, they're bugging.
Eddie Murphy.
No, let me give you a hint.
All right,
Okay, he was in a Batman movie.
I said Jim Carrey.
He's super he's super.
Christian Bale.
No.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Older Batman movie. No,
Michael
I'm
Keaton?
surprised he's not in there.
Michael
No. He was a bad guy.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Can you
All right,
believe that?
So Jack Nicholson, Denzel Washington,
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, and I mentioned one more.
Yeah, you missed 2 more.
Oh, I think I mentioned one more already. Hold on. Denzel, Al Pacino,
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
That's 3. This nigga said Ben Stiller.
That's 3.
You just trolling Devo at that point.
Kevin
Oh.
Hart.
Okay, I'm gonna give you because you say you get 2 hints, right?
Kevin Hart.
Nah.
All right, good.
How dare you?
Good. Thank God. The Rock.
No. They actually got this pretty good. They just,
One of them is a comedian.
I think Heath Ledger should be in here. Heath Ledger's performance in Batman alone.
Tom Cruise.
No.
Keanu Reeves.
No. Them niggas ain't good at like great actors.
I'm going with what America would say. Because where'd you get this list from?
Ranking.
Okay.
Ranker.
Yeah, so I'm guessing what America would say, not what I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
All right,
But I haven't figured out the comedian yet.
But let me give you.
And it ain't Eddie Murphy. It's
Wait, no. Jack Nicholson, is he a comedian?
no.
No? He's funny as hell in his movies.
He said Arnold Schwarzenegger or Robert Downey.
Oh, that's a good one, Robert Downey, but no.
This is insane. I don't know what. Hold on.
I give you.
John Travolta
No.
better not be in there.
But why not?
Fuck that shit. Samuel L. Jackson better be in that list before anybody else.
Nah.
All right, and Will Smith is not in there.
Yeah, I know that was another one that kind of.
And any of these girls?
No, they're all guys.
They're all guys. Okay. And these are recent.
Just name
Are these recent? Like
80s?
80s. Sylvester Stallone.
No. I don't think you're gonna guess these two. Well, maybe one, but not the other one.
In the 80s.
Cause I give you a hint.
Okay.
It rubs the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Oh, fucking Anthony Hopkins.
Yup.
And Harrison Ford.
That's a good one too.
How about
I like Harrison Ford.
what's the other one?
I feel like this one you're not
The
gonna
old
get.
007. Why can't I get his name right now?
Nah, it's not him.
From the 80s?
They've been in the 80s from 80s on. You know what I'm saying? Like from the 80s on, they've been out.
Not Johnny Depp, not Brad Pitt. I already said The Rock.
Yeah, he said The Rock.
I already said The Rock.
Sit your turn. Scarlett Johansson. Nah, yeah, Bugs Bunny, absolutely. Bugs Bunny should be on here. You're right.
Nope, I give up.
It's Gary Oldman.
Ah, Gary Oldman. Nah, I could see that list. There's so many good actors.
Yeah, there's so many. Like it's tough, but
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. I like Gary Oldman too.
Ah,
I expected Will at least to be up there, but I guess because he smacked up Chris Rock, they're like, yeah, let me go ahead and
So,
let's do this politically correct, guys. Let's take them off the list.
so Debo, we did a top 5 already. It was the X-Men, and I think I deleted it. But I have 2 top 5s right now. I have top 5 Disney movies, animated movies, or top 5
I already know that one.
top 5 groups in music
I know everything.
in the 90s. Which one y'all want to do? Pop 90s group or
Pop
or-
90. I could do Pop 90s group.
Disney? Let's see what he says.
The Disney one's easy. It's pretty easy. Do a real life commission. Michael Douglas is a good actor.
Michael Douglas is a good actor, yeah. Pop 90s. So you want to do Pop 90s? Because you said Disney's easy.
Yeah, Disney is easy.
All right. So name the top
Look,
5.
he already got one. He cheated.
Yeah,
He cheated.
name
I
the
was
top
like-
5
Backstreet Boys.
pop groups in the 90s. All right, go ahead.
Backstreet Boys.
That's 2. You got number 2 and number 4.
Hanson.
Nope.
Boo, bop, bop, da, da. That song alone.
Nope.
That was played everywhere in the world.
So y'all got 2. Yeah, here those are the 2 right there. You got 2 NSYNC and 4 Backstreet Boys. You need
Boys to
1,
Men. 3.
3, and 5. 5 is Boys to Men. Now you need 1 and 3.
TLC.
Nope. Sadly, I don't know how.
Damn.
But the other two are pretty obvious.
Spice Girls?
That's one. That's number 3.
Damn. So that's not one? You said there's not one?
You got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 1 is still missing.
What?
Yep.
We said Spice Girls. Devo
Yeah.
cheating at.
Spice
Got it
Girls.
first.
So it's Boyz II Men, Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, NSYNC. Number 1 is missing, and it ain't TLC somehow. I guess they consider it R&B, not pop. But I don't get it because number 1 is R&B, not pop. Actually, it just hit me. It's actually very obvious, bro. They were everywhere in the 90s. I'll give you another hint. It's girls.
It's girls?
It's girls.
It's girls. Damn, I'm really drawing a blank right now. Tell
There
me.
you go.
There
Destiny's
you
Child.
go.
Destiny's Child.
Good shit. Me se frizó. It froze.